Next card I have this evening is for Miss Vivian Moon. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Vivian Moon, 613 Waite Street. I'm here tonight to speak for the 7,000 people who can no longer speak for themselves. Those 7,000 souls and 233 veterans who rest quietly in the Middletown Cemetery. I represent them and those who may be buried there in the future. During the past 5 years, I have spoken to city managers, mayors, council members, police department, and many more city officials in an effort to preserve and improve the condition of the Middletown Cemetery. In 2005, I met Marty Kohler at the cemetery to discuss the critical condition of the vault. He told me community development block grants funds could be used to restore the vault if the city declared the cemetery historic. Council made that declaration. However, Mr. Kohler has not set aside a single dollar of community development block grant funds for the restoration of the vault. The stonework continues to deteriorate, and still the community development block grant budget does not include funds to restore the vault. I requested that the city strap the building to stop the stones from falling. The city ignored my request. I requested that the city put a tarp over the roof. Again, the city ignored my request. In October of 2007, the Middletown Community Foundation awarded a grant in the amount of $11,000 to help secure the stonework until the vault could be restored. In 2008, Mr. Don Thompson came before this council and requested additional funds to save the vault. Council denied my request. If monies are not used this year, the foundation will rescind the grant and retain the funds. This past September, about a week after Hurricane Ike, I called the Public Works Department to clear the driveways enough to allow access to the back of the cemetery for a funeral. There were 3 days until the funeral, but city staff told me they were too busy clearing other areas of the city. The funeral home staff and I cleared the drives so the funeral procession could get to the grave. After several months, Woodside Cemetery sent 5 men for 2 days to the cemetery to cut up the downed trees and limbs. The city has not sent a crew to finish clearing the cemetery, and as I stand before you tonight, the cemetery is still littered with the storm damage from September of 2008. What if this had been your family member? Again, with your inaction, you have shown absolutely total disrespect for the people that are buried in this cemetery. In November and again in December of 2008, the Public Works Department contacted me about hurricane-related damages at the cemetery so they could prepare the reports for FEMA. Both times I told them I thought there was about 23 stones damaged. In January, Pam Banks of the financial department contacted me about the damage at the cemetery. It seems that Public Works reported that there was no damage at the cemetery. The finance department asked if I would meet with Mr. Priest, the FEMA representative, so the city could file the claim.
Ms. Moon, if I could ask you to wrap up, you've exceeded your 3-minute limit. So
I'm sorry?
You've exceeded your 3-minute limit. So if I could ask you to wrap up, yes, thank you.
I have one more sentence.
Okay, thank you.
If in fact you are in violation of Ohio state law 4767.06, If this is not resolved in 2 weeks, I will file a claim against you with the state of Ohio.